The next extension I'd like to look at is something called Checker Plus. Great little tool. And if you just type in Checker Plus, it's for Checker Plus for Gmail, Checker Plus for Google Calendar, Checker Plus for Google Drive. And this is the one I'm interested in right now. You could use the others as well, especially if you're a Gmail user, but let's just try adding this one to Chrome. And I'm going to go through the installation process here because it's slightly different than some of the other apps. It's going to bring you to this gentleman's website. From there you can configure. You're going to have to grant access, of course, to your drive. View and manage files in your drive is the permission it's asking for. There are some options down here. This is the icon that will display in the toolbar. There's some options to change these things, but anything that's grayed out, if you go to change it, a little message will pop up and ask you to possibly contribute to the site. There's a free application, but of course with all of these things there's a lot of time and effort that goes into developing them, so that's what will happen. I'm going to keep the defaults right now, and I'm basically going to start using it. So I'm going to close these up. By clicking on that folder, it's simply going to open up my drive and allow me in this window now to browse through the contents. And if I wanted to do, I could add that, open that right from there. So basically, what that application does is it saves you the trouble of going over to Google Drive and opening it up. You do have to be logged in. And that's it. Similar to a lot of these tools, it's just a quicker way to get there, which if you use these things a lot, adds up. It does save you some time. Okay, in the same vein, we're going to search for something called Quick Drive. Another application, there it is right there. You can see that I've added it. And it's another way to access your drive quickly, but the format is just different. So in this case, instead of showing your drive to browse through, it's going to allow you to search for it. So yeah, let me search for sample. You can see that I've done that recently. And there you go. So it's searching my drive for things related to my search. I can reset it or clear it and try again. There's also tabs for recent, so things that have been recently added or reviewed, and favorites. And those would have to be things that you've starred through the Google Drive interface, so you've created them as favorites. And the last little app that we're going to look at today is something called OmniDrive. So if you search for OmniDrive, you'll find it right at the top, and as usual, I've installed it. This is called the Omnibox when you're on Google Chrome, and basically it's been named the Omnibox because it used to be that you would either put a search term or a URL. In this case, you can do either, and Google piloted that way back when the Chrome browser was first released. So let me just go to a website here, and I'm out on the web, and if I want to search my drive, perhaps I've run into something here, and I want to see if I have some information stored in my drive, I can simply type drive space, and now the next search term I put in there is going to be pointed at my actual drive space. So I'm just going to put in roster, and you notice it's going to open up my Google Drive and do that search for me here. And there you go. Okay, so very handy little tool. It's just saving you that time of having to switch environments again. And a little bit of time adds up over time. I hope you found these apps and extensions useful. And if you have any suggestions, please be sure and let me know.